This is ABS, our nation's station.
Hello, lovely viewers. I'm Koren, and welcome to Sessions with Koren. This weekly Tuesday night show is for you. It's for us to talk about the topics that matter to you and the topics that are important to our community. As we focus on what's important to our viewers, tonight we're going to look at assessing what happened in 2023. We will delve into topics related to current events, mental health, various aspects of relationships, and everything else that matters most for you. Thanks for tuning in on our various platforms, and I look forward to our time together. I would like to know how you're doing, so why don't you drop us your questions in the comments. Let us know what you need us to answer. Let us know how you're doing. How have things been for you? Tonight, after our break, we have a special guest, and we'll be talking about what happened in 2023. We'll be looking at setting goals and resolutions for 2024. Our guest will be with us soon. One of the questions I want to ask you as we usher out 2023 and jump headfirst into 2024, I want us to take this journey together. And one of the questions I want to ask is, what are you leaving behind? What baggage are you leaving behind? Are you leaving behind some people? Are you leaving behind bad habits? Are you leaving behind relationships that made you feel used and discarded? Grievances and grudges? Hello? Regrets? And what are you taking with you into 2024? When you've decided what to leave behind, we want to decide what we're taking with us. We want to take with us our hopes and our dreams. We want to take with us the friends who are loyal, our ability to persevere and to be resilient no matter what challenges life brings. We want to take with us all the opportunities we can get our hands on and the ability to take care of ourselves and our mental health. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight. And one of the things I wanted to mention before our guest comes on, is that I did a sort of informal poll with a couple of my friends. And here are the top resolutions people shared for 2024. Most persons said, I want to have better self-care and I want to take care of my mental health. Some persons said, listen, I want to make more money and start a business. Others said, I'm going to join the gym, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to be physically healthier. And a lot of people said, I want to be able to handle my finances better. What are your resolutions? Share with us in the comment. And thank you so much for joining me for this first season and the first session of Episodes with Koren. At this time, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back with our special guest, Ms. Farida Isaac Carr, who is a social services and wellness expert.
The government of Antigua and Barbuda presents One Nation. Saturday, January 13th. The Antigua Recreation Grounds come alive. 8 p.m. until. Witness our kings and queens of soca. Tion Winter, Claudette Peters, Empress, and reggae sensations, the Root Culture Band, and Ras Juba. From St. Vincent, the General, Skinny Fabulous. And from Dominica, the Bouillon Boss, Asa Banton. From Jamaica, the hottest and the newest dancehall sensation, Pablo YG. Plus the sweet, sweet voice of the legendary Taurus Riley. You gotta be there for One Nation. Saturday, January 13th. ARG, 8 p.m. Admission is free. We're asking everyone to wear yellow and to bring a flag as we honor our soca icon, Ricardo Drew. You got to be there. You have to come. One Nation, one heart, one love.
Want to stay informed about the latest developments in your community? Do you have an event or opportunity that you want to share with the public? ABS TV's Wadadli Billboard is here, your weekly destination for all things Antigua and Barbuda. Getting featured is absolutely free. You can provide your information in 2 convenient ways. Drop it off in person to our studios by the end of the day on Wednesdays, or email the details to programming@ab.gov.ag with the subject Wadadli Billboard. Stay connected with your Wadadli Billboard weekdays 9 a.m. and 6:05 p.m. and weekends at 6 p.m. exclusively on ABS TV.
Welcome back to Sessions with Koren. The first of many episodes, we'll be looking at things that matter to you. In-house with us this evening, on the couch, is Farida Isaac Carr, the beautiful Farida Isaac Carr. She's a social services worker, a life coach, a children's book author, and a trained mediator. Farida specializes in helping children and families who've experienced abuse or neglect, and she conducts seminars on stress management and self-care. Farida is an avid volleyball player. She's a public speaker and a hot Zumba instructor. She's passionate about mentorship and enjoys winning dance battles with her 2 daughters. Farida, welcome. Thank you for joining me as the first guest on Sessions with Koren.
And thank you so much for having me. You made me sound so wonderful.
You are wonderful. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, and congratulations on this new Sessions with Koren. I think it's awesome, and you're fabulous and well-deserved.
Thank you so much. So let's jump right into it. 2023 has just finished, and we're starting a new year. But we don't want to just jump right in without looking back. So my first question for you is for you to explain the importance of pausing to reflect on our achievements and our experiences. Why is that so important?
I will start with the quotes. I'm not sure if it's Socrates or Plato's. I tried to research before I came, but I got confusing messages. But it stated that a life not examined is not life not lived. Mm-hmm. And so it's important to stop and do self-check and introspection as to where we are, where we're going, even examine how far we've come. Because a lot of us have had difficult challenges, and we've grown so much. Mm-hmm. And it also helps us, give us an opportunity to look forward and to plan where we want to go in the future. So I think it's very important to stop. I stop every year, but not necessarily New Year's Day. I stop every year on my birthday, and I take a poll, and I assess what has happened over the year, and I list my successes, I list my failures, I list my struggles, and then I examined how do I want to go forward. And I think taking a moment to reflect gives you a little bit of clarity, and it gives you an opportunity to either change paths if we need to change paths, or stay on the same course because we see that we're benefiting from that.
All right, that's very well said. That reminds me of 2 things. One, when a business does an annual stock taking,
yes.
How are you going to decide where you're going if you don't know what you have, what's selling, what's not selling? Exactly. And also the SWOT analysis that some businesses do. Your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So I agree with you, and I like the idea. So I'm going to be coming to you to help me do that analysis for 2023 to see what I can improve on. Excellent. In your experience as a life coach, as a social services expert, what are some of the common pitfalls that people experience when they decide to set resolutions?
Well, before I start, I'm just going to share a little story, because at the end of the year, I asked quite a few persons, are you going to set a resolution for this year? And a couple persons said, well, no, resolutions don't work. And I found it kind of funny. I understand the reason why they said it, but it's a resolution to yourself and a commitment to yourself. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't work, then we're not holding ourselves accountable, right? So that's one of the reasons why resolutions don't work. Mm-hmm. The other one is we often make excuses, and I say we because I am guilty at times of just today I was supposed to go to the gym, and I had a list of things to do, and I made excuse as to why I couldn't make it today. I'm making it tomorrow.
Okay, then.
But we often find time and we make excuses as to why things might not work.
Yes.
The other thing we could look at is time management.
That's a
When
big
we're
one.
adding new things to our plate and we don't really budget our time very well. We spend a lot of time hanging out with friends and drinking as opposed to going to do what we needed to get done.
Yes.
Sometimes we are doing, I put a post on my Facebook page, and it was of me vacuuming the earth outside, saying,
Okay.
I'm doing everything except what I'm supposed to be doing at this time. So
Yes.
sometimes our poor time management is a challenge. The other thing I find is fear of failure.
That's a big
Sometimes
one.
when we look out and we think that we're not going to succeed, so we don't take the steps and we're not committed to the process. This is also funny. I also think fear of success might be a challenge, because sometimes you see the progress and you're doing well and you self-sabotage. Or you get comfortable in and feeling the weight loss or the weight you felt good about yourself, and then you fall back into the old patterns and the old
Yes.
behavior. So that stalls our progress as well. So there's quite a number of things that we could list as challenges to not going through our resolutions, but those are just a few that I
Yes.
would highlight.
Those are good ones. So listeners, we need to hold ourselves accountable.
Yes.
If you have a hard time holding yourself accountable, then get an accountability partner.
Yes.
You know, that's really important. It's important that you find ways of motivating yourself so that you can reward yourself sometimes. And don't be too afraid of failure. If you try and it's not really working the way you want it to, then tell yourself, I'll do better tomorrow. You understand? So things might not always go the way you want to, but you have to believe that you're worth it, and you have to be as consistent as you possibly can, according to our lovely coach in the room. So Farida, are there any practices or rituals you recommend that a person can use to maintain motivation? So I've started the gym, but then there's time management issues, there are financial issues, the pain. There's so many barriers to us continuing with those goals. What are some things that you can use what can people use to be more motivated to continue the journey?
Well, like I said, there's a whole host of options, and there's not a one-size-fit-all model. I can speak from my experience, and motivation is going to wane. I think everybody's in the gym from January, but by March, you see the gym is back to, you can run elephants through there. So what we need to do sometimes is to stop and reflect on exactly what our goals are, and be specific with our goals. Sometimes we look at, we're not very specific with what we want to do. We'll say, I want to lose weight, but how much weight do you want to lose? What time frame are we working towards? What eating plan are you going to establish? How many times are you going to be fit? So be specific with your goals.
Yes.
Or I think they use the SMART approach.
SMART, yes.
Yes, being specific, make it measurable, make it attainable. I forgot the R.
R?
It's going to come back to me.
Yes.
And time
Sensitive, yes.
So that's one way. Also, we can look at, when we're looking at motivation, I love this book by Mel Brooks, I believe it is. It's
Okay.
called The 5-Second Rule.
Okay.
So sometimes when we're doubting and we're questioning ourselves, we commit to counting down after 5, 4, like you're going to launch a rocket ship, and I'm going to get up and I'm going to do what I committed to. That's one way of looking at being motivated.
Yes.
Others are, you can look at watching videos on the topic that you want to, and keep
Yes.
being informed and abreast of what's going on. That motivates you. And if you see somebody who's 50 and 60 and looking fabulous, you keep researching that and reading up on that and watching videos to keep you motivated in that effort. If all else fails, you can find an accountability partner, as you were discussing,
Yes.
and making sure that person checks up on you and let you know, well, it's time to go. You go
Okay.
walking and fitness and things like that.
Okay, I love that. I love the idea of setting SMART goals, and sometimes we tend to bite off more than we can chew.
Yes.
Sometimes our goals are not ours. The goals are things that we heard other people say,
Yes.
and people say it's a good thing to do, and so we decide to do it. But that motivation must come from inside.
Yes.
So are you going to be my accountability partner for 2024?
Yes, give me a call.
That's a really good thing. As we enter 2024, what advice do you have for individuals seeking not only personal but also professional growth as they go into 2024?
Okay, well, we can start small. A lot of the times when we're seeking to make goals, we're not sure where to start. So I would recommend first doing a little research on exactly what you want to do. Have a plan as to where, or a vision as to where you want to go. It might not be detailed, but have a big vision. I also recommend, if you don't know where to start, find somebody who is in that area. Or
I love that. So you mean like a mentor?
Yes, a mentor. Or we can look on doing research, because right now the University of YouTube has everything on it. So
YouTube, that's the biggest teacher, and it's free.
Exactly. So
yes.
You can find courses, take a course in something that you're interested. Yes. If you want to grow professionally, and you're maybe not there at the time, look, there's a whole host of small courses or short courses that you can take to personally improve yourself. And I think if all else fails, you can also look into getting a coach, someone to keep you accountable as well.
Absolutely.
A mentor, it could be a spiritual coach, it could be a mental coach, just whatever it takes to motivate you and to keep you going.
Okay, I like that. Having a coach. I like the part about YouTube, because some of us complain we don't have money to do things.
Yes.
However, there's a lot of free things available online.
Yes.
What about, you've heard the saying that you become like the 5 persons you spend the most time with.
Yes.
How does it affect our change if you want to be an eagle and you're only hanging out with chickens? Like, what's the importance of the company you keep when you want to make changes in your life?
Well, I think that's something that we learn from childhood, where your parents encourage you to keep good company because you're known by the company that you keep. And I think I read, I'm not sure if it's John Maxwell.
You do a lot of reading.
And he stated that if you look around at the 5 persons around you or 10 persons around you and what they're doing, you're going to be the 6th one.
Yes.
So if you want to attain high goals and you want to be a high achiever, you need to find persons and be around that type of personnel so that you can achieve those goals. So that's why I said find someone that you're interested in a particular area. You find someone that's in that area and you ask a ton of questions, or you hang out with them. I've even, on occasions, way back in my younger years, because I wanted to do something but I'm not sure how to go, I volunteered in an organization.
To learn.
To learn. And I wasn't paid monetary, but I was paid with wealth of knowledge and an opportunity to grow and do better.
I like that. So we can learn by doing.
Yes.
So your company, show me your company and I'll tell you who you are.
Yes.
If you are on a growth trajectory for 2024 and your main company and your companions and the people you spend the most time with are people who just don't want to do anything with their lives and they're just there, then who's going to motivate you? Who's going to push you? Who's going to hold you accountable? So it's really, really important as you examine where you want to go for 2024 to ensure that you have the right company. Yes. You mightn't be able to get what you want right away, but you can volunteer, spend time in the right area, and hopefully something will rub off. Knowledge is always power. I just want us to remember that. Farida, what else do you have to say to our guests, our viewers, when they're doing all the things you mentioned, trying to learn the right thing, trying to spend time with the right people, trying to make smart goals, but then guess what? Challenges come, a road bump come.
Yes.
What do you say to our viewers when they're doing all the right things as you have advised them, but then there's a hiccup in the middle of the road?
Yes. Well, I'm going to give a quote from my uncle.
I need to meet this uncle.
He says, the plan never changes. The path might change. And I might have to take a break, but I always go back.
I think you need to repeat that. I think you need to repeat that for our viewers. The plan never changes. The path might change, but the plan never changes. So stick to your plan.
Yes. So I call it have sticktivity. And
Sticktivity, okay.
So we be consistent. Sometimes we might have to take a break. We might have to take a detour. It might lead us down another way. But if we stay focused on that goal, eventually we will get there. I know a lot of times we look at movie stars and athletes and think, wow, Serena Williams is the greatest and the GOAT, and but we're looking at the end result of sticking to that plan and
Yes.
working towards that goal.
Yes.
And so sometimes I'm sure there was detours, there were health issues, there were a host of things that we don't see in the background. But if we focus on that goal and stick to it, I think that's where we'll achieve our success and our resolutions will work.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So listeners, please put your goals in the comment section and practice the art of focus. We see the end result of success, but we don't know the journey people had to take to get there. Farida, it's been a pleasure having you. You've given me personally a lot of food for thought, and I will take your counsel very, very seriously as I move into 2024. Thank you so much for for being here with us, and we look forward to having you another time. At this time, we will go to a break, and we will be right back.
We are excited to announce a significant change in our Facebook presence. In our continuous effort to improve your experience with ABS television radio, we will be migrating to a new Facebook page, ABS Antigua and Barbuda Broadcasting Services. Why the change? Over the years, we have encountered challenges with our existing Facebook page. To provide you with a smoother, more interactive experience, we've decided to create a new page that aligns better with our commitment to serving Antigua and Barbuda. Rest assured, our legacy Facebook page will remain available for reference, and you can revisit it at any time. Starting November 1st, 2023, all our posts and updates will transition to the new page, Antigua and Barbuda Broadcasting Services. We encourage you to like and follow this new page to stay updated with our latest news, broadcasts, and more. Like and follow us on Antigua and Barbuda Broadcasting Services for an enhanced Facebook experience. Thank you for your continued support. We look forward to connecting with you on our new Facebook page and bringing you the latest news and entertainment. ABS, our nation's station.
Introducing the EC $2 commemorative note.
In celebration of the ECCB's 40th anniversary, the $2 note is elegantly marked with ruby red highlights. A closer look at the note will reveal an aquatic design which depicts our region's rich marine life. The window of the note provides a glimpse of our fauna, delicately captured in the aqua blue tinted holographic foil. The EC $2 note also features the latest in currency security and innovation. It celebrates our heritage as it showcases one of our region's legends. The EC $2 note will be available at commercial banks throughout the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union from 6 December, and you can use it to conduct your normal business. The EC $2 commemorative note, security, innovation, and celebration.
I'd like to share with you now some thoughts on nurturing your emotional and mental health for a fulfilling year ahead. So, if you've been wondering how to make 2024 your most balanced and joyful year, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Number 1, remember to prioritize your self-care. First things first. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential. Make a commitment to prioritize yourself this year. That could mean setting aside some me time, engaging in activities you love, or simply taking a break when needed. Remember, a well-nurtured you is better equipped to handle life's challenges. The second thing I want to encourage you to do is to cultivate a positive mindset. Your mindset can shape your entire year. Challenge negative thoughts, practice gratitude, and surround yourself with positivity. Consider adopting daily affirmations to kickstart your day on a positive note. Trust me, I've tried it and it makes a significant difference. I found that starting my day with a positive affirmation really sets the tone for everything else. What morning rituals or affirmations work for you? For me personally, I stand in the mirror and I said, Koren, you can do it today. You're worth it. And that gives me a sort of strength before I leave the house. Another thing I want you to consider is to build emotional resilience. Life can be so unpredictable, as we've seen in 2023. And building emotional resilience is important if you want to be able to make it. Embrace the ups and downs. Learn lessons from your setbacks. And don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. Seek support when you need it, whether from friends, family, a professional, anyone. And let's talk about connection. Are you fostering meaningful connections in your life? Connect with others in an authentic way, whether by spending quality time together, joining a community that shares your interests, or even seeking therapy if you need it. Fostering meaningful connections contributes significantly to your emotional well-being and absolutely lowers depression. And the big one that we talk about but we don't practice enough, stress management strategies. Stress is inevitable. We read the news, we know what's going on. Stress is inevitable. But how we manage it makes all the difference. Incorporate stress-reducing activities into your routine, like mindfulness practices, exercise, or even finding a hobby that you love. You must find things that work for you, and it makes a huge impact on your mental health. And there you have it, a roadmap for nurturing your emotional and mental health for a fulfilling year ahead. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. So be kind to yourself along the way. As we embark on this new year, 2024, let's affirm together, I am deserving of a fulfilling and joyful year. I am resilient. I am worthy, and I am ready. Viewers, we will be taking a break, and we will be back with you shortly.
This is a boy. He's carrying potential that's realized in an environment of love and security. Oh really? He has too much energy, he's disgusting, foolly too? And what's that? If it wasn't for him, his daddy would have stayed? His uncle, the only father figure in his life, has gone to jail, his mommy's never home, and a new boyfriend is always boxing him about. All this while the boy is still trying to figure out his friendships, his schoolwork, and his identity too. It's just too much, but who to talk to, who to trust, what to do? The boy is in bits and pieces now. It doesn't look like his full potential will ever be realized.
What we say, what we do can make or break a child. When dealing with children, act wisely and speak kindly. This can go a long way.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, it has been a pleasure spending quality time with you tonight. I look forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us for Sessions with Koren.
This is ABS, our nation's station.